We just got a major Bills injury update, and this has some serious implications for the Bills for the rest of the season. So let's get into it all right here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bills Digest. I'm your host, Anthony Senicar, and we are officially in the full swing of the Bills season. There's only one issue. 73% of you guys who are watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe, join the army here at Bills Digest to stay in touch with all your latest Bills news, because we got you guys covered from wall to wall. And like I said, guys, we got a very major Bills injury update, and this has some very, very serious implications for the Bills for the rest of the season. After the Bills defeated the Carolina Panthers, yesterday, Ed Oliver did not return to the game midway through. He was on the sideline, did not have his equipment on. Photos came out of him after the game in a sling, and it did not look good. Well, everybody's worst case scenario has officially hit. Bills standout pass rusher Ed Oliver has officially torn his bicep and will be sidelined indefinitely. Oliver is undergoing an MRI to confirm the injury. The signs were there. After the game yesterday, Ed Oliver posted this on his Instagram story. Me and football like oil and water right now. Everyone feared that this injury might be bad. Again, Ed came out like a man possessed, continuing his streak of good football. Had a sack early in the game. It looked like he was meshing very well with that of Hoyt coming off a suspension, and the whole pass rush as a whole looked phenomenal. It looked like Ed was coming back into his early production he had against the Baltimore Ravens. Let's not forget he looked like a man possessed that game, and it looked very good. Then he got injured in the game. There were shots of him on the sideline kind of stretching his arm out, and it did not look good. He looked very, very displeased. Came back from halftime, was ruled out indefinitely, was in streetwear halftime, and then obviously the photos from post-game yesterday of him in a sling and just looking very, very, very disappointed. Again, early this morning, Ed Oliver posted again on Instagram story and kind of confirmed everyone's fear. Sack leader through 8 weeks for a defensive tackle with 4.5. I had 3 sacks, only playing 2.5 games, bruh. That injury bug, AMF. And Ed is right. He is playing phenomenal this year. So far, his best season based off of PFF grades. Like I said, leading all interior defensive linemen with sacks. Had a sack yesterday against Carolina. Had a very phenomenal game against the Baltimore Ravens to start the season. Had that forced fumble against Derrick Henry, which completely trained to change the tides of that game, and has pretty much been unblockable in the pass rush as well as in the run game, taking up double teams and not moving, allowing other guys to get after the running backs. Again, that was shown yesterday early on, taking double teams, and Hoyt, Greg Rousseau, Joey Bosa, even the linebackers and Dorian Williams and Shaq Thompson were coming in there and cleaning up the mess. Ed Oliver was looking like he was having a breakout season, obviously signed long-term to a big contract, but this year kind of was showing flashes of being a top 5 interior defensive lineman for the Bills and being a game wrecker like that of a Chris Jones, and it was looking very, very good. Obviously now it looks like with a torn bicep, he is going to be out indefinitely. And let's not forget, this was an injury that occurred last year with Matt Milano, and the timeline for Matt Milano tearing his pec, which again, bicep, pec, kind of sort of the same thing. Tearing his pec last season, or bicep, one of the two. Can't remember off the top of my head. But what I was saying was he tore it in preseason, and he was not back until late in the season. Hopes are right now for this injury timeline that he's back come playoff time. But again, he is going to be in a sling or in a cast, and it is going to be very hard for him to get a lot of those pass rush moves going as he is slowly working back from injury. And again, it is another feather in the cap of the Bills' injury bug, and especially the Bills' injury bug in the defensive line. Let's not forget, Ed Oliver's out indefinitely. Daquan Jones is injured, but who knows when he's going to be back. TJ Sanders on IR, out indefinitely. Dwayne Carter injured before the season even started, on IR, out indefinitely. So now you're looking at Deon Walker, Larry Ogunjobi as your two defensive tackles. Then Zion Logan and Jordan Phillips as your two practice squad guys, but both of them are out of elevation, and Phil Mathis only has 2 elevations left. So the Bills have to, Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott have to address this defensive tackle position now with Ed Oliver officially out. You got Ogunjobi, who looked pretty solid. You got Deon Walker, who looks very, very good. Jordan Phillips looks like he is going to be on track to join the Bills' full-time roster. Again, had a sack against Carolina, looks solid. But you still need to figure out the 4th position there. You can go out and look in the trade market. Keep in mind, just going to put this out there, Harrison Phillips is on the New York Jets, a team in the decline right now. Still an in-division rival, but for a 6th or 5th round pick, it might be a lower-end filler who the Bills know has a history here in Buffalo, understands the nuances of the defensive line for what Sean McDermott expects, so look out for a trade there. But the Bills need to address the defensive line. Ed could be back come playoff time. We do not know. But it is a massive blow to the Bills' defensive line room. When they looked, especially in the interior defensive line, when they looked like they were coming together, Hoyt was back from suspension. Ogunjobi was back. The defense was feasting yesterday against Carolina. To have Ed out now officially for a while, it is a massive blow. The depth there is thinning out very quickly. I mean, Dwayne Carter didn't even get to start the season as he was out. TJ Sanders, the Bills' rookie this season, out indefinitely. Now on top of that with Ed Oliver. Daquan Jones will be back at one point, but we do not know how long he's going to be out for. So it looks like Jordan Phillips is going to get a roster call-up if I were to guess. Maybe a trade candidate in Harrison Phillips. We'll see what happens there. The Bills got to get bodies in that room and guys up to speed in that defensive interior room fast because it is thinning out very quickly. We'll see what it looks like for the Bills for the rest of the season. Hopefully Ed comes back, like I said, and hopefully the D-line still can generate pressure inside and does not get shredded against the run. Because in a season where the Bills were struggling against the run, losing out on a ton of your interior defensive linemen is hard to recover from, especially for a team struggling against the run. But I want to hear from you guys below. Let me know your thoughts below. What are you guys' thoughts on the Ed Oliver injury now as a whole? What do you guys think the Bills do to address this interior defensive line now? Do they call up that of Jordan Phillips to the full-time roster? Do they look outside of the building? Do they go look at a trade candidate in Harrison Phillips? Do they go look at Linval Joseph or someone in free agency and bring him in to the Bills practice facility, someone who already has a history with the Bills like Linval Joseph obviously last year? Or do they kind of just sit on their hands, bring up Jordan Phillips, wait till Daquan Jones comes back, run out with Daquan Jones, Jordan Phillips, Larry Ogunjobi, and Deon Walker, and wait for Ed Oliver or TJ Sanders to potentially come back? We'll see what happens there. Let me know down below, guys. Love to hear from you guys. As always, leave a comment. Love to hear from you. On top of that, like I always said, guys, subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers now. We just passed 1,000, so we appreciate every little bit. And like I always say, guys, subscribe, stay in touch, stay informed, and go Bills.